Capricorn season is here. This cardinal earth sign is represented by the sea goat. With a head and torso of a goat and the tail of a fish, the goat represents ambition grounded in the earthly realm, and the fishtail represents emotional and spiritual depth. Capricorn energy is determined and willing to stay the course with steadfast steps and a persistent drive to overcome obstacles and reach new heights. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline, time, structure, and long-term achievement. Being a cardinal sign, Capricorn energy is an initiator, often taking charge with leadership qualities and long-term success in mind. Its earth nature adds a realistic approach, making its ambitions tangible and focused on material achievement and reputation. We can work with this energy by embracing structure and creating long-term plans to achieve our visions while enjoying the steadfast journey and allowing for space in our heart and intuition to balance our practical plans.
Hello, my name is Shannon. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Capricorn themed practice. So we just entered Capricorn season and I am wearing my red and blue to represent the sea goat. So the red represents the root chakra. So think of structure, stability, really grounding down in this earthly realm. And the blue represents the fishtail of the sea goat. So the sea goat is able to traverse land and sea, and the water really represents our ability to go into our emotional depths. So with these zodiac signs, I like to have a few mantras that are representative of the energy. So today's mantras will be, I am determined and ambitious, I see the bigger picture, and I am patient and persistent. So the body parts that are representative with this sign are the joints, the bones, specifically the knees. So we'll be doing different poses for our knees. Think of stability and structure. Think of a billy goat climbing a mountain. And I also was thinking of the number 5 in numerology, which is a lot about new beginnings. So you think of the disciplined and persistent nature of Capricorn. The more that we're trying new things, taking steps towards our goals, we will be seeing lots of new beginnings. So we'll be doing some of the poses 5 times, and we don't need any props for this practice. And I would say this is a beginner to intermediate practice. So I hope you enjoy, and we are going to start in a wide-legged child's pose. So let's ground down on the mat, bringing our big toes together, our knees out, forehead down. I am determined and ambitious. I see the bigger picture. I am patient and persistent. Let's take a full deep breath in through our nose and a gentle sigh out. Now we're going to press up, coming into a forearm tabletop. So our knees are under our hips, elbows are under our shoulders, spreading our fingers wide. Let's take a moment here just to notice how it feels with our body parts touching the mat. Maybe you want to move a little bit with your hips right and left. And then we're going to tuck our toes and come into dolphin pose. So we're straightening our knees, pressing our heels back, pressing our forearms on the mat, feeling the stability and structure. And we will take 5 breaths here. Now let's tap our knees on the mat 5 times.
And this last time we'll hover our knees, taking 5 more breaths. And gently release. Let's come into a child's pose with our elbows bent, thumbs on our neck, relaxing down. And release. We're going to walk our arms forward to come into a plank pose. So our elbows are under our shoulders. We are lifting our knees. So we're attempting to have our body in a straight line, pressing our heels back, relaxing our face. And then we're going to tap one knee at a time 5 times. So when you think about determination, maybe you're determined to live your truth. Maybe you're determined to speak to yourself in positive ways. So there's lots of ways you can interpret this determination energy of Capricorn. Now, once you finish your 5 taps, we're going to slowly drop our belly down to come into Sphinx pose. So tops of our feet are on the mat, reaching our chest forward, noticing our breath. Now let's bend one knee at a time, and we're going to let our feet fall right and left. And then slowly straighten our legs, bringing our forehead to the mat. Let's bend our right knee, flexing our foot. We're going to raise our knee off the mat just about an inch and pause here for about 5 breaths. And release your leg down. Let's turn our head to the right and reach back for our foot to pull our foot towards our bottom to get a little bit of a stretch here. And release. Let's bring our forehead back to the mat. We're going to bend our left leg, flexing our foot, and lift our knee gently off the mat, counting to 5, breathing. And release. Let's turn our head to the left, finding our foot to get that quad stretch. And release. Let's gently press up to come into a downward facing dog. Maybe you want to do a wide-legged downward facing dog with your feet wider than your hips. You can find some movement or go right into your stillness. We're going to take 5 breaths here. And then we'll bring our shoulders forward, tapping our knees on the mat and back. Let's do that 4 more times. I see the bigger picture. And on your 5th time, let's hover the knees, pausing and breathing, pulling in your belly, feeling that stability and strength in your bones. And back to downward facing dog. Let's come forward 1 more time, bringing our right knee towards our right arm. And then we're going to slowly press our
place our foot on the outside of our hand, dropping our back knee, coming up into a low lunge. And let's bring our hands behind us. So we're clasping our forearms or our elbows. And 5 times we're going to straighten our front leg and then back forward. Now let's gently release our arms, turning towards the long edge of the mat and come into a forward fold. So relaxing your body down. Now we'll slowly turn to the left side of the mat, coming into our downward facing dog. Taking our 5 breaths. Maybe you want to do the wide-legged downward facing dog. Now we'll come forward with our shoulders and tap our knees 5 times. This last time, let's hover, counting to 5. And release back. Taking a breath. And then we'll bring our shoulders forward, bringing our left knee towards our left arm, and then gently placing it on the outside of our hand, dropping our back knee so we can come up into that low lunge, grabbing our forearms. And 5 times we will straighten and bend our left knee. Now let's release our arms. We're going to take our time bringing that right leg forward, coming into a forward fold. And then inhale all the way up, looking up, hands to heart center, and then palms forward, standing in mountain pose. So feeling your strength and stability like a mountain goat ready to climb the mountain with persistence and patience. Now we're going to do our little mountain goat climb. So let's bring our arms forward and step our right foot back. So 5 times we're going to bring our knee forward and our arms back. You can go slowly, working on your balance. And the last time, let's hold that knee up and pause. Palms forward in mountain. And then we'll gently bring that foot up to our thigh to come into standing figure 4. Now you can stand straight, or if you'd like, you can bend your knee and lean a little bit forward. And release. Let's shake it out a little bit. We're going to do our billy goat climb with our opposite leg. So arms are forward, left leg is back. And then we'll bend our knee, bringing it forward as our arms go back 5 times. Last time we'll pause and hold. Palms are forward. And then we'll bring that foot to our thigh to come into our standing figure 4. Either standing up nice and straight or getting that little bend in your right knee as you lean forward. and gently release. Inhale our arms up. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips on the mat. We're going to bend our knees and just bounce a little bit, bouncing our thighs off our lower legs. And release. We're going to come all the way down on our backs with our knees bent. Our feet are flat at hip width distance apart. We're going to bend our knees enough so our middle fingers can gently feel our heels. And 5 times we're going to do a bridge as we lift our bottom up. Our arms are going to come overhead. Exhale down. Last one, pause and hold and breathe. And release. Now let's bring our feet out just a little bit more and let our knees come together. Taking a breath here. And 5 times we're going to do bridges with our knees together. So inhaling up, exhaling down. Now this last one, let's pause and hold. Maybe you can lift your toes up. And release. Let's gently grab our knees, bringing them wide. So our toes are kind of coming together, getting a nice stretch here. And then let's do a few circles, holding our knees. And circles the other way. And then we'll slowly make our way into final resting pose, Shavasana. And we'll find a little movement in our fingers and toes. Maybe you want to bring your feet together, reaching your arms up, doing a long body stretch. And then we'll bend one knee at a time, turning to come back into an easy seated pose with our hands on our knees. Let's shut our eyes. I am determined and persistent. I am determined and ambitious. I see the bigger picture. I am patient and persistent. Let's take a deep breath in. Gentle sigh out. Bringing our hands to heart center, bowing our heads, giving ourselves gratitude for showing up today to practice and come home to ourselves. The light in me honors the light in you, and together here now and always, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are feeling this Capricorn energy, and I hope you have a beautiful Capricorn season.